Hello, this is Justin Macarone for Unity College Math 201, Section 01, under Dr. Bruce Brazel. This is the course deliverable number 5, our presentations, and mine will be on sea otters. The sea otter and Hydrolutris populations in the sea have suffered since the 18th century fur trade extirpation due to genetic diversity loss, according to Larson et al. There is no data for the sea otter's weight from the 18th century for comparison. However, we can understand how genetic diversity is crucial to healthy populations of sea otters and use the weight of the 19th and 20th century populations to compare them over time, which will help determine if the populations are stable and suffering from genetic diversity loss. Therefore, this study aims to compare the mean sea otter weights in 1999 to their weights in 2019. As a future marine biologist interested in animal health and behavior, one of the species I am most interested in understanding, obviously, is the sea otter. They are a keystone species and vital to a healthy coastal kelp forest ecosystem. Noting the mean weight of a sea otter in general is an excellent basis for comparison for future studies of the species and how they are doing. In order to know how the sea otters develop over time, I intend to examine their weights. Hence, the study aims to answer the question, or my research question, which is, does the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 1999 differ from the mean weight in 2019? Our null hypothesis will be that there is no significant difference between the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 1999 and the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 2019. Our alternative hypothesis is there is a significant difference between the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 1999 and 2019. The data used in my study came from USGS website and was conducted by the USGS and USFWS between 1947 and 2019. The dataset consists of morphometric and reproductive stats data of sea otters collected or captured in Alaska. The data was downloaded from the link provided on the slide. For the purpose of this, the weights of the sea otters in 1999 and 2019 were extracted from the dataset. The weights of 36 sea otters were collected in 1999, while the weights of 31 sea otters were collected in 2019. The weights of the Alaskan sea otters for the two periods were subjected to further analysis. The average weight of the sea otters in 1999 samples is 26.55 pounds, with a standard deviation of 9.63, while the mean weight of sea otters in 2019 samples is 22.32 pounds, with a standard deviation of 9.87. The median weight of the sea otters in 1999 is 23.35 pounds, while the median sea otter weight in 2019 is 27 pounds. It was observed that the mean weight of sea otters in 1999 is higher than that of 2019. However, the median weight of sea otters in 2019 is higher than that of 1999. The graph showed that the weights of the sea otters in the two periods are skewed. This suggests that there were more sea otters with larger weights in 2019 than in 1999. The largest weight observed came from a sea otter recorded in 1999. We can determine a significance difference based on the confidence intervals for both groups. If the two groups overlap, we can generally conclude that there is no significant difference. So in determining if the mean weight of sea otters has changed in the last 20 years as an indication of health decline, we would be able to say that there is no significant change and that the health based on weight is probably pretty stable. At a 95% confidence level, the confidence limits of the weight of the sea otters in 1999, 23.36 pounds and 29.96 pounds, and 2019 is 22.3 pounds and 25.88 pounds, overlap, and that indicates no significant change. In this study, the hypothesis of the study is that there is a significant difference between mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 1999 and the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 2019, as stated earlier. To test the hypothesis, an independent samples t-test with equal variances assumed was employed. The hypothesis was stated at the 5% level of significance, and the JMP software was utilized. The test was set up in a way that the weight of the sea otters in 2019 represents the first sample, and those in 1999 represents the second. The t-test produced a test statistic value of negative 1.794 with a p-value of 0.0775. The findings from the 95% confidence interval justifies that there is no significant change and that the health based on the weight is probably pretty stable, as the confidence limits of the weights of the sea otters from the two periods overlap. This was further justified using the hypothesis test. Since the p-value of the test is higher than the significance level, it can be concluded that the sample data does not provide sufficient enough evidence to support the fact that the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 1999 differs from the mean weight of Alaskan sea otters in 2019. Thus, there is no difference between the weight of the Alaskan sea otters in 1999 and 2019. The data used in this study was released by Monson et al. In their published research via the Alaska Science Center and through U.S. Geological Survey. The direct link to the data was provided in both the data source and the reference slides. Thanks for watching.